So I am feeling sad today, but I am still going to post. I'm on 30-day challenge. I'm coming here with my Android, so if it does look different, this is what you get. I'm feeling sad today because my husband had to leave. He had to go to for a family emergency and also for a work opportunity. So I am by myself with the kids. Definitely feeling a lot of by myself and loneliness, like single mom stuff again. Coming up, I have abandonment issues, so it's definitely tapping on the abandonment issues that I got, and I'm definitely feeling it all at once. I don't like to be in the state of like missing people, yet here I am missing him. Usually when I'm in this state, I will run towards relief quickly, towards relief, and end up going towards that way, and get away from this pain. And so sometimes what that looks like for me is I get away from that person. I create more distance so that I can kind of get prepared and brace myself for whatever's going to happen. Because for me, when somebody gets that much distance of leaving that person, like leaving me, I just think of something bad, which is like the thoughts that come up is you're not coming back. That's it. You're done. And that's the state that I stay in. Distance triggers me. Distance triggers me a whole bunch. And it triggers abandonment issues that I already have, that I've been working through. And that's why I can see it so clearly, because I've been working on these things for a long time now. So I can see when it's triggered and see when I'm trying to react or kind of live or respond from this type of place. And I had an opportunity to grow in. Like right now, this opportunity that I have right now is just an opportunity that I haven't had before, which is to really work on this issue that I have with just missing somebody. Like, I don't like missing people. Like, I don't like it at all. Not one small bit. I don't like it. It's just an uncomfortable place for me. And like typically in the past, when I miss people, I leave. I won't even get to the point of that. I typically turn into my savage and I numb out. To me, personally, if I'm angry, I can do everything. Like, I'm really scared of going outside in the dark by myself at like 12 o'clock at night. But once I am angry, all of a sudden now I have all this boldness and courage to do so. And then when I calm down and I start thinking about my actions, I'm like, wait a minute, you gotta go back in the house. I'm not mad no more. And the reality sets in, right? That the real version of me to be like, yeah, you don't like the dark. Wait a minute, and see all the potential dangers out there. You know what I mean? At the time, so at the moment when I'm angry, I can numb out easier for all these hard and big feelings. But there's no hard feelings, but big feelings, and that's what I've typically done most of my life. It's just numb out, back up, retrieve. And that's what I wanted to do in this, my default. But it's like, I can't do that with him because he's my husband. I have a family. Like, that's not going to happen. It's so crazy because years ago, my sisters were like, what would you do if somebody that you loved, like basically, because it was a movie show we were watching the show, and the girl basically was talking about the fact that she was leaving, going to go away for college for like a full year and come back every like month or so, like in that full year span, come back every week, every other week from every other month. Basically, like out of 4 months, she basically see her kids for like 2 weeks. And so he was like, that's very unrealistic. So he basically was talking about divorcing her. And I was like, well, that makes sense. Got right. Because my belief is if you leave, well, you don't love me. If you leave, you're not going to come back. If you leave, I was bracing for impact of disappointment or something bad to happen. That's how I think of distance. And so I was like, well, that makes sense that he would do that. And my sisters were like, you would leave your husband because he left, even though it was for like a family issue or for him to follow his dreams, just something like that. And I was like, yeah, because I wouldn't do that. Because if I did that, that's what, to me, I would understand if somebody felt like that for me. But they were just like, that's not, like, you should really, like, think about that one. I'm like, no, that's what I would do. It never happened to me. I'll never be with somebody that would ever do that to me. Ha ha ha. And here I am. And it's an emergency. I mean, like, nothing you can do about that. But, yeah, I'm just learning to sit with this one. and deal with this one all on my own to navigate this and go through it, not hop over it like I've done, in the rugs and stuff in being my old way, some years back. Like, if this was some years back, it's been different, but it's just because I think the most difficult part is that it's been almost 10 years at this point. You know what I'm saying? 8, 9, 10. It's like almost getting to that point. And it's like, now every day with that person, now it's like, you're gonna be gone for some months. It's crazy, it's very heavy on the heart. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I miss him, I miss him a lot. And so I'm navigating on staying in that puddle of missing him, because I never have had to do this, to have an opportunity, because there was never a containment to do so, to be in a situation where I can't go anywhere. I don't want to go anywhere. I want to stay where I'm at. And the situation is calling for me to grow. I think every opportunity that's like this, that's difficult like this, or that is like challenging, it now in my brain, as I grow up and mature, I realize, while it doesn't feel amazing, it's an opportunity for me to grow, right? And to become somebody different on the other side. I never got to have an opportunity to deal with this part of myself. And now I'm, especially this deep rooted part of myself. And now I'm confronted and blessed with the opportunity to now deal with this part of myself, even though it's messy and it's crying all the time and it is being sad. Like right now, I'm sad and missing him a whole bunch, and sparse communication because it's so far off. And honestly, I'm busy too, and he's busy dealing with what he got to deal with. It's like all of this stuff, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's like, but I try to respond back too, you know what I mean? And I think he's doing the same thing as well, where we're both trying to do it and give each other calls. But if, busy, you're busy. I mean, we're far away. What can we do? But yeah, like I'm in the middle of missing somebody. And like I said, I've just never been in this state before of, because I love him. You're in a state of like missing, like doing a difficult thing and a new thing. And you got to sit in it. Like there's nothing you can do at this point. You just got to sit in it, And I think like moments like this, coming from where I'm at now, it's just like, how does Amelie sit in it? How do I sit in it? How does the new version of me sit in this? It's like even when he left, I was grabbing a new version of me to introduce that to the relationship, the new version of me of softness, the new version of me of feminine. Showing my real heart and not hiding it behind a mask and armor and swords and shields of being like, I'm a savage, I don't really care, go ahead and leave, Because when I was doing that, to be honest, I was making myself grieve twice. Like when he would go, like in the past, it's like, maybe, man, when I first met him, and he would go and leave all the time. And to Belize, every year he would go. Before he met me, he would do this. So he did when he met me too. And when he would go, I would be like my heart girl on. And I would be like, oh, I don't care. It's okay. Da-da-da. And then the day he would leave, like right when he would leave, and I would drop him off to the airport, all you would see is, and I'm crying. And he can only hold me for so long at that point. You can only be there for so long because you got to go to the airport. And so now it's like, now it's in the mode of, and well, I would do that. But even when he was here back then, I would still be crying and still grieving him and still letting him go a little bit because I was protecting myself. So I'm like, let me brace myself in case he doesn't come back. Let me do it, because we were still new. And like my abandonment issues were coming on. I was just doing what I always knew to do, which is to back up, create distance, protect myself. And that's the way I did it. And so I backed up and would go in the car, or I would go into the outside, or I would go in the bathroom, and I would cry it out a little bit. But then when I came out there, I would be like, okay, or I would try to forget, but in a way that's like, let me just not even think about it as if it's not even going to happen. But I'm going to still brace myself and still act hard and act whatever I'm going to do. You know what I mean? Like numb out, act like I don't really care, even though I really do care, And a part of me would really grieve him at that moment of me putting that mask and armor on. I would grieve him and be like, he's going to leave. Come in that reality. Don't get too close. Don't hug too tight. Don't kiss too long. Don't get too close. Don't talk too much. Don't open your heart too wide. retrieve, take, like protect yourself from this grief. And so in the context of me doing that, I would grieve him twice. I would grieve him once before he left, because I would be like, I got to do this and get him out of my mind as if he already left now. And then I would grieve him again, right, when he actually left. And that was the real me. When he left, that last moment, that was the real me. That crying and the all over him and, oh my God, baby, kiss. Also, that was the real me. But I only gave him a split second of it, and he wasn't, I didn't ever welcome him into my space of sadness. Like, I would do it by myself and grieve on my own. And this last 2 times of him leaving and doing what he had to do, I welcomed him into my sadness. I've allowed him to do it with me and not do sadness alone. And it feels so good when somebody's catching you while you fall. I haven't had that experience all the time. I usually am the one catching people while they fall. Coaching wise, or even like friendship wise, sister wise, all this other stuff. But to be caught fully when you're falling, it's beautiful. And it's scary. Because even now, loneliness is still another side of it, right? But it's in a different way. Yeah. So that's why I'm at the my current status, just missing him and being okay with just missing him right now in the moment, and navigating what that looks like and who's going to show up to this, right? To these next months of me kind of navigating into that until I see him again. Who's going to show up to this moments, I know I do want to give myself, like, I know, like, when I was going through something else before, I would grab peace and tell myself, nope, Amelie would be like, nope, I'm giving you peace. Like, we're going to grab some peace and do that. And even like now, I just ask myself, how do I want these next months to look like? Like, how do I want to feel in these next few months? What I want to tap into, you know what I mean? Because moments like this is like opportunities for you to tap in, at least for me to tap in and still, something that my femininity coach said was, there's always going to be a way for you to do something softly, for you to do something in a feminine way. There's always going to be a way. And I just keep asking myself, what is the soft way to do this? What is the feminine way to do this? And I retreat back to the residue of the old me, the way I would run away, and retrieve back how to lean forward and show him my heart more, still navigating through that. And yeah, but I'm just going to stay in this missing him, because I miss my husband. And that's okay. It's okay to miss him and to just stay, just miss him. It's okay to do that. It's so crazy, these words. While it's like, a part of me is like, oh, other part of me is like, because there's an opportunity on the other side. I have a blessing of a containment now to now deal with this abandonment wound, but also like deal with this issue that I have with myself, within myself, to deal with it and to work through it and navigate through it and learn more about myself in this time. Go more deeper with this whole like miss you thing and stuff, because I always think when I hear the word I miss you or missing you, like that person left. Like that's what my brain thinks. Like they left, and like, for some reason, I don't know if you know what Judge Lynn Toler is, but like she always say, don't let somebody tell you they don't want you more than once. And like my brain will always go to, if they left you, they're telling you they don't want you. Don't let them tell you that more than once. Well, that's not reality, Reality is he had to go for emergency and for a job opportunity. And he told me that he'll be back. My brain, my belief is saying, you won't be back. You don't want me. But that's never what he said, That's something I do too, is I try to write the ending sometimes, you know what I mean, for things. And my ending is never good. Like, it's never like, oh my gosh, you're going to get this and that. It's always something bad, you know. But I think that's the fear. You know, fear can sound very certain. And you're like, oh, yep, that's what it is. And it's not. It's not. Like, even recently I had a session with a coach, and we were talking. I was like opening up. I call it a clearing session when I do with my clients. So I just was talking to her about a clearing session, and I was just telling her all the thoughts in my head, my beliefs, and just like telling her how I could work better, like how she can work better with me and what I need. And while I was doing that clearing session, I was telling her the thoughts in my head and how I was thinking this and thinking that, all this other stuff. And she was like, girl, my brain is so far from that. Like, no, you're good. Like, what? And we just had a session, we was clearing everything out and got more clarity and, you know, clearing out all the misunderstandings. And she was just like, you're okay. And for a second, just a brief second, when I was writing on my stuff that I needed from her, I was like, oh, you know, she may see it as this or as that. I was like, I think all the negative things that could happen, all the bad things. And it came out so beautiful. She learned something new. I learned something new. And I was able to get something that I needed. And we were able to compromise and negotiate. Not compromise, only compromise, but negotiate. We both get what we want, right? And get what we need in a situation, you know? Everything does not turn out bad. There's not always something bad on the other side of this, you know? That's for me. Okay, let me go be sad. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye, I love you.